my frustration really is, it's about like when you watch stuff, people don't recognize entertainment or media as a hobby. That's my frustration. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us on the latest episode of the Leisure Hub Podcast. My name is Justin.
And my name is Pedro.
And we are your hosts on this nice little leisurely journey.
It is pretty leisurely.
Are you bored?
I'm not bored.
Are you sleepy?
No. I mean, a little bit. It is like 11:37.
11:37, that's it?
Yeah. But, you know, we got to deliver.
I'm a grown-ass man. I'm a grown-ass man.
I'm a grown-ass man. You put a clip in.
Right there.
Clip. Yeah. You should put a clip
in. I'm a grown-ass man. Key and Peele, for any of
I
those
love
who
them so
don't,
much.
The best comedy. I wish they came back.
Are they gone?
Well, I mean, like, doing Key and Peele. They're kind of just doing their own things now.
I used to consume a lot of their media.
Bro, you know how many seasons or how often I rewatch Key and Peele?
A lot.
I rewatched it like 3 or 4 times. Like
a day?
No. Like through the seasons.
I was about to say.
It's so good. I mean, some of them aren't that funny, but like it's just so quotable. At least to people who get the high.
It's funny as shit, bro. We used to be in college.
Yeah.
Fucking and all like breaks and stuff. Just go to the library, just watch Key and Peele videos. Stuff. That was kind of stupid, but that shit was funny.
The only reason why it was stupid, actually, we were in high school.
No, it wasn't.
Aaron was high school. It was like 12th grade.
That for me, I saw in I was already in college.
I remember watching it in high school, and I remember that's the only thing that people quoted. I was like, bro, you don't even know what the rest of, like, you don't even watch the rest of the TV show. You only saw that one segment. And it's like, I hated that. It's like you watch that one TV, like that one episode, and with that one segment, that's all you know about it. I guarantee you haven't even watched any of the rest of the. I hate when people do that. To be honest, sorry, that's my preference.
But they're consuming media.
Is it the right way?
I don't know. I think that's subjective, dude. I think that's subjective.
It is subjective. It is subjective. So, like, why is it overseen as a hobby? Like, why are people not normally looking at this as like a hobby?
Because of how big it is. It is so big that like people don't acknowledge it.
Some people do.
So
people who are like movie buffs.
Okay, no. I'm not talking about because we're talking about consuming media in general. So we're talking about movies, reels, everything,
social media,
everything.
Yeah.
Just consuming media in general.
Yeah. Actually,
everybody does it.
Sorry,
nowadays, most people.
I don't want to cut you off.
No, you good.
We probably should have said this at the beginning of the podcast.
What?
But fuck it, let's do it live.
Let's do it. You said fuck it.
If you guys are new to the Leisure Hub Podcast, if you're recurring on the Leisure Hub Podcast, do us a favor, like, comment, and subscribe. Really helps us out. Helps us kind of keep doing our thing. We don't make any money off of it. We don't really care about that. We're just doing it for more of an personal, fun, entertainment value.
Yeah. And if you find value on it, we would appreciate it if you would like comment and subscribe.
Completely up to you. But, you know, coming from the Pod Boys, you definitely want to help us out, right?
Oh, shit, I thought it glitched.
Right?
Right.
Right?
Right. All right, bro. You're coming off weird.
Anyway, sorry. I just got really locked in. I was locked into the people viewing this podcast. But anyway, yeah, I was going to say, like, buffs, movie buffs, TV buffs, like people who are really into entertainment. But then when you throw the social media part out,
social media,
that's when it gets a little like even for myself, I'm like,
I guess any screen time.
Could I consider that a hobby? Scrolling on TikTok, Instagram. My voice just got super high. Is it getting higher?
It did.
Does that concern you?
No, not at all.
Do you like it?
I would prefer it if you didn't. Like if you would have stayed the whole
so
time like that. Like, hey, yo.
So you don't like Mike Tyson?
Huh?
Like Mike Tyson?
I love Mike Tyson.
Okay, anyway. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
No, I mean about
Mike Tyson?
No.
What do you, bro? You're talking about
Pay
everything.
attention.
I'm trying to pay attention.
Pay
but
attention.
You're throwing everything at me.
And you got to catch everything.
Okay.
No, I was like, I don't know if I really see social media as like a hobby. I guess I never really thought about it that way. You know what I mean?
No, it is definitely. I feel like it's a universal hobby. More like everybody does it, and I feel like when people are talking about like a hobby, it's more of a specific like niche. You know, where.
But specifically social media, like scrolling.
Yeah, scrolling is not a niche, bro. I have to say that.
Like a hobby.
It might be a hobby, but it's not a niche. It's not focused.
No.
It's definitely not focused.
That was pretty definitive.
Right?
For you.
I mean,
normally you're like, it is, but it is playing devil's advocate,
No, but it's not a niche. Yeah, so I wouldn't consider it like in a specific hobby. If you want to consider it a hobby, you have all the right to do it. But it is universal.
You're giving people rights now?
Yeah, they have all the rights.
Wow, you're a human activist.
I am, always been.
Wow, that's pretty impressive, bro.
Yeah. White Panther.
They're just like, damn, I shouldn't have said that.
You see, I have rights too. I can say it.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's how easy it is to get into that. It is very easy.
Yeah, but scrolling is super easy to get into.
Yeah, that's
scrolling on social media.
Yes, and if you see it as a hobby, that's a blessing. Because like if you don't recognize it's a hobby, you're just wasting time.
Doom scrolling?
Yes.
Have you heard that term?
Yes. You're just wasting time. If you don't acknowledge it as something that you enjoy, then obviously you're not going to see it that way.
I would love to do a poll about that.
What?
I would love to do a poll about that.
Yeah.
Do you guys, this is a direct question for the audience. Do you guys kind of think about it the way Pedro just said? Yeah. Or do you just not really think of scrolling on Instagram or any type of social media as any type of enjoyment? Like, do you just do it because you're it's just what you're doing? Or I'm curious. I'm genuinely curious.
And the thing is that, we're called the LeisureHub Podcast.
Yeah.
But when it comes to reels, when it comes to social media, that is the actual Leisure Hub. Because everybody's posting about their hobbies. Everybody's posting about what they do. Yeah.
People are posting baking. Mm-hmm. Pedro's doing TikTok dances. Yeah. The whole 9 yards.
Doing a whole backflip. Bitch.
the whole backflip.
But I feel like it delivers to every niche, and then people can just post whatever they do. Like, for example, on Threads, last Saturday I went kayaking, posted about kayaking.
Did you?
Yeah.
You didn't tell me that.
Am I supposed?
You got to keep me updated on everything that you're doing.
I forgot.
I just don't know what is the relationship if we don't have communication.
I had to tell you.
Trust.
Next time I don't know what I'll do. If anything,
send me a fax.
I'm gonna sell my kayak to a tune.
You should.
I should.
You should respect me a little bit more.
I'll respect you going.
You'll get further in life with it.
You think?
Yeah, I'm sending you big places.
But people post about their everyday lives, about their hobbies. So it's more of like a reverse card.
Yeah, Uno reverse card.
Yeah. So, like, I'm pretty sure people know what a reverse
card is. I know.
Just I was about to say. I was like, yo.
Hey yo.
So yeah. Now, what defines a hobby?
What defines a hobby?
Yeah, because like some people, I feel like if they are doing this poll, I feel like most people are gonna say it is not a hobby.
Scrolling, you like social media?
Scrolling, consuming media in general.
Because well, if they're answering that poll specifically, I feel like most people will say that it's not a hobby.
Yeah.
But to also let's do another poll. Like this is a separate poll. Mm-hmm. Do you consider movies, TV shows, series, like entertainment of that value a hobby? because you have like movie buffs, you have entertainment buffs, people who know a lot about trivia and stuff like that.
See, but I don't think you need to be a buff about it to consider it a hobby.
Do you consider it a hobby?
What?
Watching movies, TV shows, stuff like that. Why?
Huh?
Why?
Because it's, especially when it contributes to a genre, like horror movie.
Yeah.
People just watch horror movies.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like movie buffs are more about like a specific genre. But then again, I might be wrong because I'm not a movie buff myself. But I would say more about like they enjoy the cinematic aspect of it.
Yeah. And see, that's the key word. That's how what I would define a hobby as. Like, no. That's what I would define a hobby as.
Yeah.
I would define a hobby as something that you enjoy. And I mean, not to just like the basic level of, oh, I'm doing this thing and I like it. I mean, you're doing this thing to the level of you do research.
You can provide value for other people coming into it. You
could provide other value for other people coming into it, but like you're doing research on the next one, the actors, the director, the script writing. You're taking a deeper dive into the actual entertainment.
Yeah.
Or you're trying to find deeper meanings in the entertainment, because not everybody's like doing the full research, but like look at the Jordan Peele movies, right? Like Nope. I'm blanking on it. Us.
Yeah, I haven't really watched him.
You haven't watched any of his movies?
No.
Wow.
I'll just play games, bro.
Damn.
Yeah. I watch shows here and there. That's about it.
Throw in a cricket sound.
I like movies. Some movies, but I'm not a big movie fan.
Wow.
I like Planet of the Apes.
Why is that?
Because it's cool movies, right?
Even Get Out. Have you watched Get Out by Jordan Peele?
No.
Like his movies, Nope was not, in my opinion, wasn't like the greatest, but it had a lot of like undertones to it and a lot of symbolism. And I feel like if you are if you're looking into symbolism and different elements of a movie or TV series, that is like when it becomes a hobby. If you're just casually watching stuff just to watch it, and it's not really giving you any type of value, then that's when it's not really. I don't know if I for myself would consider it a hobby. But I think everyone has their thing, right? Like some people are into cooking shows. Some people are into reality shows, which are kind of almost the same, but like reality shows, people get really into those and they're like, oh, did you see that so-and-so did this and this and that? And then they stalk them on Instagram and they find out their whole life. And bro, I know people that do that.
Yeah.
I know people that do that, but they go in on like the research of people. And so like, I think people don't realize it, at least specific with entertainment, but people, it's a hobby for people. I feel like they don't really realize it. They don't think about it. They kind of just do it.
And that made me think now that like maybe like people that actually consume media, like in general, end up being like, how do I say this? Like social media experts, if you get what I mean.
Oh, so they're like a connoisseur of like memes and stuff like that. Right?
Yeah, bro, that's big because like now you have people handling other like companies' social media.
Can I pause you real quick?
Yeah.
Get closer to the mic, man. People want to hear you.
Hello?
No, like you can move it. You can move it around.
Hello?
People
Can y'all hear me now?
Yeah, people want you like deep throating this mic.
Yo, can y'all hear me?
Did you move it?
I guess.
You can move it up. Did I? You move it up because you're hunched over like Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Yo? Is that good?
I don't know. You guys tell us in the comments. Does he sound good? Uh-oh.
Am I good? Is that good?
Move it up.
I forgot what I was saying.
Up to your mouth. Yeah, I know. I forgot what to say. Social media. You were saying. I was saying we were talking about not doom scrolling. Wow.
No, social media experts.
Yes, social media experts.
So I feel like
I'm a good listener.
People who consume media become like social media experts and could be like handling somebody else's social media in order to make it grow because they know they have consumed, they know what works, they know the patterns, they know the algorithm.
Yeah,
basically
yeah.
because they're so in depth with it.
They're well versed.
Yes. So I feel like somebody who takes that as a hobby would probably end up knowing what's best, what times are best to post, what is best to post. You get what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Especially if it's on a certain genre or topic. For example, like gaming or food. You know,
Food.
just anything.
Who eats food?
I don't know.
I don't.
I don't know.
That was a really bad comparison. Try to give another one.
Gaming.
You said that.
Outdoors.
What's outdoor?
Like fishing.
I don't go outdoors. I don't do that.
Yeah, I like fishing though. Fishing is fun.
Do you? You find that relaxing?
Yeah.
Would you consider that a hobby?
What? I was about to say, oh my god, that is a vibe. That's a vibe.
That's funny. I don't know if I can get into it. I haven't really tried it, but
really?
I don't know if I can get into it. Yeah,
it's really good. It's fun.
But like, it's having an activity that you define with.
Yeah,
that's kind of like the main.
Having an activity that you define with.
Having an activity. You wrote it down. That's one of your points. I'm calling you out for it. It's your point. An activity one defines it.
One identifies with.
Yeah.
An activity that one identifies with. So like a hobby is an activity that one identifies with.
Yeah.
So basically, like when I look at gaming, it's like that's a part of me.
See, I was going there, and you took my thunder.
I thought you said one defined with it. I don't know. That's not what I wrote down. Okay.
Okay. But yeah, like anything that you define yourself with, or that you personally gravitate to.
Yeah.
That is something that is considered a hobby. Like hobby can be whatever you want it to be. And I feel like there's so many different hobbies out there.
Yeah.
Like people are so into bartending or cocktail making. People literally like have a whole set where because the reason why I'm mentioning this is because like I have the bar cart right behind Pedro. Yeah. We're in the same room. But people take that shit seriously. They're like, oh yeah, I've been mixing this and this. I haven't met those people, but I am sure they exist. I'm sure that people really, really like to mix their stuff.
Hard on everything.
People are even super big on whiskey. Like like a lot of people are big on that. Like
cigars, bro.
Cigars, all that stuff. So like, but like when it's like I said earlier, when you start defining yourself with those activities, when you start like kind of like researching what's the best way to do this, when should I do this, like what's the best type of liquor, what's the best type of product, like signs to look out for. When you start getting to that,
everything's a science.
Yeah When you get to that level of detail and care, that's another thing. When you start caring more about something, you know what I mean? Like if you're caring about a specific like thing, that's when it starts becoming a hobby. Like my cousin Carlos, he just got into like fish tanking. So so he got into like the water, like we'll have to
fresh
get
water,
like
salt water, like all of it.
All like the fish, how fish are doing. Like he was telling me that he changed out a filter and he rinsed it off with a hose. Mm-hmm. And you're not supposed to do that because it kills all the bacteria. There's bacteria that the fish need to have in the fish tank.
That's crazy. So
when you have a filter, you obviously, when you go to clean the filter, you're supposed to clean the filter using the water that already exists in the fish tank, something like that.
Oh wow!
I'm new to this.
I know my brother was into that and it got crazy. That gets crazy, dude.
Yeah, it crazy and it gets expensive. Yeah. Like I don't know anything about that, but when he was telling me, I was like, this is a lot.
Yeah,
and
then you get to breeding.
Yeah, breeding. Like certain type of fish need a certain temperature. Yeah. But he was saying, I think, and don't quote me on this, but like don't quote him or myself on this because I might be paraphrasing. Yeah. But he was saying that the larger the fish tank is, and it might have been the opposite, the smaller it is, but I think the bigger the fish tank is, the easier it is to maintain. Like you don't have to change the filters as much. Like if you have a smaller filter, you have to change it every every month or 2 months. But if it's a bigger one, you got to change it every 4 or 5 months.
Some fish you can't pair it with other fish.
Yeah, he has a stingray.
That's dope.
Yeah, he's like, well, I want to get another one. And he's like, yeah, I spent like $100 on a fish. Like, yeah.
My
like,
brother he was big into
you
that.
can go hard on that, and like, but he identifies with that. Like that's his thing now, and it's like it took him trial and error to really figure out fish tanking. Yeah. So how that relates to back to like the content is like, if you can find yourself really relating to a lot of this stuff, to a lot of the things that you're watching, or finding it's more, I don't want to say self-imposed, but it's becoming a part of your life where you need to know more about it. Yeah. When you're actively, like, you have a thirst to know more about this particular thing that you're doing, that's when it becomes a hobby. And there is a point where it becomes an obsession, right? Yeah. But at the very purest form, that's what it is. That's what hobby is.
See, now I go back. Damn. So I have to go back to scrolling now.
Oh, especially I'm moved on.
Especially on social media and like reels.
So scrolling, I'm gonna keep you there. Okay. Imagine if I just threw a temper tantrum. I don't want to scroll. Like, could you imagine?
I can't imagine. Somebody throwing a tantrum because of scrolling.
No. Like, because I don't want to talk about scrolling.
I can see that. I mean, I'll just leave
it alone. A grown.
I mean, what can I do?
A grown ass man throwing a temper tantrum because of scrolling.
Yeah, I wouldn't know.
Yeah, but anyway, scrolling.
I'm trying to think.
Social media scrolling.
I'm trying to think.
I said keep the thought. Oh my God, we're really good at this. We're professionals. We're not professionals. You just gotta do this.
Scrolling. I lost it. Hold on.
Social media scrolling is a thing that you identify.
No, yeah, I was okay. Yeah. So now social media, when you scroll down, like, I still don't see it as a hobby, because like when you're scrolling,
it's an action.
Huh?
It's an action.
Yes. It's an action to find what you're going to enjoy. Yeah. You know? Mm-hmm. And then even like, that's why it's so vague. Mm-hmm. And it's like, that's why I said earlier that like scrolling and social media and like reels are like the leisure hub of everything.
You know what? I'm going to challenge that.
What's up?
Because I just thought of something. I don't know anyone like this.
Okay.
Maybe myself, just because I do this for a career. But if somebody is going from website to website and looking at, I guess that's more of a purpose, but they're scrolling through the websites because they find enjoyment out of the aesthetics of all websites. Let's just boil it down to that purest form. Let's not get into like, oh, they want to look at the design or what people are writing. Let's just say people are they're scrolling through websites because they find enjoyment scrolling through the creativity. They find enjoyment from
the aesthetics.
The aesthetics. They find enjoyment just from scrolling through websites.
The design.
Just scrolling through websites. I'm not going to say anything else.
Nobody like that, bro.
No one. If you were out there, you need to contact us, because we need to have you on this episode.
No one out there.
How do you know that?
There's no one out
there. How? There's
no purpose in that. Ain't no purpose in that, bro. Like, you have to literally be bored as hell.
People do that. I guarantee you there's at least one person. Bro, there's a lot of people. There's 7-8 billion people on this planet. You're telling me not one of them likes to scroll through, like, just scroll. They find enjoyment just scrolling.
I refuse to acknowledge that there's somebody.
They don't know anything about design. They don't know anything about websites, but they scroll through it. Why do you refuse that? Now I'm curious. Now you got me heated.
Why do you go to a website?
For food.
Why do you? Okay, let's go. You go for food.
Sure.
Right?
Sure.
You go for food.
Uh-huh.
You're gonna look at the food. Oh, you have to type out the restaurant.
Sure. No, sometimes maybe you're just looking for a new place to eat.
Huh?
Sometimes you're just looking for a new place to eat.
There you go. You said it. Looking for a place to eat. You're not there to scroll. You're looking for a place to eat.
Okay. I feel like there's somebody. There's
nobody, bro.
Just scrolling on websites because they find enjoyment scrolling through them. They just find it entertaining.
Ain't no way, bro.
Bro, have you seen some of these websites that are like crazy? Like, they have a lot of animations, videos that are on it. I guarantee you someone finds some type of entertainment from that.
No.
Just from scrolling through them. It's like, websites are so fascinating. They're cool.
I know you're trolling.
I'm not.
Hey, nobody.
I swear I'm not. Anyway,
nobody,
I mean, I do think on one hand, you know, it could be a hobby. Consuming media, that is. It's a hobby that people that they resonate with, because it's something that they're doing research on. But specifically when it comes to media, it's become almost like a social phenomena.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean by that or no?
Yes, because it's just okay. Explain yourself.
No. I want to see if you know what I mean. Are we on the same wavelength?
A social phenomena.
A social phenomena.
That we all do it. Most of us, people. I feel like people who have a means to reach it will most likely do it.
Yeah.
But not because they find enjoying in the action of scrolling, just because they found something they enjoy.
Yeah.
In the reel or in the photo or like that.
Yeah.
And that itself can become addictive. It's so unique. It's not unique. Whether it's like it's not focused on one specific hobby. Because basically everybody in the world could just do this. Like if you have a working thumb.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think so. Basically, you're saying like people, when it comes to entertainment or or media in general, like you have to kind of latch on to a specific aspect in order for it to be considered a hobby.
Yeah, bro. I just see it as a mall.
Yeah, but like if somebody's attaching themselves to a specific aspect of that hobby, like it could be just be scrolling. Like that's. You say no. I say
it would be like taking a walk through the mall.
Some people like that. Some people like that. Some people like going on walks just on a trail. Some people like walking around the neighborhood.
Yeah, but
they just like walking. That's their thing.
Walking, but bro, ain't no way you just like doing this.
I'm telling you, bro. I'm gonna defend those people. I don't know who they are. I that's not
like
me.
Not even looking at the reels. Just
maybe you're getting thumb workouts.
Nah. I play a game or something, right?
I'm not making a joke. I'm not trolling. I swear.
You're trolling, bro, because ain't no way.
I swear.
Ain't no way.
I swear. But to your point, you know, like the reason why I say the social phenomenon is because like it's a thing that everyone's doing, but everyone kind of overlooks. It's so. Do you know what I mean? Did I explain that poorly? Or?
No, you did good.
Like. Everyone is doing it. It's such a popular thing. Like, I feel like it's consuming media, consuming any type of entertainment is almost like breathing at this point in the society that we are in like 2024. It's almost like breathing.
Yeah.
It's instinct to come home, to turn on your favorite show, series, movie, whatever it is, and like it's a big thing in pop culture, right?
Yeah.
Like. You go over to your friend's house and you ask them, "Hey, did you watch the latest episode of House of the Dragon?" I know that's over.
I need to watch that.
It's good. Well, I only watched the first couple of episodes, but it is good. It's like it's a whole communal thing. Like everyone does it. Everyone talks about it, especially when there's a show or a movie that pops off. When the Marvel movies were popping off during Endgame and Infinity War, popped off. Fallout, Community, popped off. Breaking Bad popped off. Like when those things happen, like it's such a like it's a I don't want to say revolutionary thing, but
it's not definitely not revolutionary. No, it's more of like the wave. It's the wave.
It's the wave. It's a social phenomenon. Like everyone's engrossed in it.
Yeah, and
so like it becomes the society thing. Actually, that's another thing that
it's more of a communal thing. They want to feel part of.
That's another thing that I'll say. A hobby is something that can also be communal.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. A hobby has to be something that you can either do by yourself or with other people.
Yeah. Doesn't have to be communal. It could be, you could do something by yourself.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. Like it either is this or that. Like you can do both, but it's like usually you can do them both at the same time.
Yeah.
Simultaneously. So like, honestly,
I go ahead.
No, go.
No, I'm just saying, like, I feel like that's. I stand by this, where I feel like social media, when it comes to scrolling and social media, I feel like that's where hobbies are exposed. Mm-hmm. Like you go there and let's say you vlog about what you did in the day, right? Now, let's say a person does like to scroll to see what they like or whatever. They can almost see it as a hobby starter. Yeah. Where it's like, wow, I really like this. Yeah. And let's say the algorithm picks up on that he really likes that. Let's show him more. Yeah. And then you get more interested. Mm-hmm. It's like, you know what? I'm about to go to the store and buy a kayak and see what's going on. Yeah. And becomes kind of like a hobby starter.
So you're saying specifically with social media that social media can be kind of a gateway to other hobbies.
100%. I think social media is rock bottom.
Rock bottom of what?
Of hobbies.
Of a hobby.
Of a hobbies. Like, it's like if you're addicted to just looking at something that you want to do but never starting it, you're at rock bottom, but you could get out of there, you know. Like, let's say you want to go fishing, right? Yeah. Let's say you want to go fishing, but you just enjoy looking at videos of fishing.
There's
nothing wrong with that.
No. It's pleasurable.
But that's like the lowest you can go. Yeah. Like if you really like, let's say you just like looking at fishing videos or fishing reels. Yeah. That is your hobby. It becomes your hobby because the algorithm is always going to give you something that you're interested in, mm-hmm. no matter how many times.
So you're saying watching fishing videos specifically is the hobby, not the act of fishing.
Yes. And it can be, but you're not there yet. You're just stuck on.
Yeah. And maybe you're just doing your research. Maybe you need to know what kind of bait and tackle you need to have, what kind of rod you need to have, like how expensive it's going to be, like your license, because you need to get a license for like rules and regulations. Like maybe you need to learn all of that stuff. Maybe you need to some people need to get really comfortable with a hobby, especially when they're first getting into it. Future podcast episode, by the way, starting a new hobby. Facts. But some people feel they want to feel comfortable before they start it.
True. It's kind of like motivational books.
Yeah.
You know, like you could have a whole library of motivational books, but if you don't apply them, it's the same thing. Yeah. You're just scrolling. Yeah. You're just reading.
And sometimes, especially in the entertainment realm.
My bad. Sorry. Not only this, like the motivational books, but like how-to books as well.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? But anyways,
even in like the entertainment realm or sphere, like sometimes like you're not interested in a specific hobby until like you hear your friends talking about it.
Yeah, facts.
Or sometimes you're not interested in like I know airsoft. Yeah. I wasn't really big into airsoft until like my friends were like, "Oh, airsoft, we should do it." Blah blah blah. They were in it, like guns and like the weight and the type of BBs that they were using. Yeah. And then I got into it because I was around those types of people who liked that. So like when you're talking about entertainment and talking about a show or a movie, and somebody is like, "Oh, dude, this is like one of the best shows I've ever watched. Like it has this, it has this, and it has this." It kind of builds that excitement in you. You're like, facts. "Oh, I'm excited."
I mean, it makes you feel part of something.
Yeah. It's a societal thing. Yeah. It's a communal thing. It goes all the way back to that.
Definitely.
And you need that sometimes to get into something new, especially when it comes to entertainment. Like sometimes you need recommendations for this.
Yes. To me, my scrolling was gaming.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, for example, like Far Cry 3. Mm-hmm. That's what got me into hiking.
Yeah.
Like I would just scroll through the fucking woods, you know what I mean? Do my shit, fucking kill this, kill that. I'm not saying that I'm hiking and killing people and shit like that. Yeah. I'm saying, but
you are?
No, I'm not.
You heard it here first, Pedro. It's hiking.
You didn't hear it here first because I said no.
I'm not bleeping it out, so
that's fine. I don't care. But it got me into hiking and trying it out. Mm-hmm. So in a way, it is kind of like scrolling. Yeah. But like you're the one that ultimately decides that.
You know,
whether you're gonna go out or not.
You know how I just thought of this now. I think of scrolling on social media through hobbies is the carrot on the stick. It dangles it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. It's tempting you. It's because it's like, assuming it appeases your interest or your perspective or catches your interest. Like it's dangling a carrot in front of you. I mean, I can't tell you how many gaming setups I've seen on or PC setups on Instagram threads, and it's like, oh, I gotta figure out what my PC setup is gonna be. I gotta figure out the chair that I'm getting. I gotta figure out the desk that I'm getting. I gotta make sure it's comfortable.
Yes,
bro. I can tell you, I have a desk, a stand-up desk, but I gave that to Victoria because she works from home. But I know in the very beginning, I did tons of research. I did research on cable management. I did a research on like the chair, like the stand-up desk, like obviously
that ready.
Everything.
Get
I'm like
the RGB going on.
Planning everything. Even the keyboard that I'm using, it's a Keychron.
Yeah.
Keychron keyboard. I did tons of research on that.
You gotta. It's fun though. That is in itself is a hobby.
Oh yeah, like 100%.
Yeah.
And like that. It's the carrot on the stick. Like it catches your interest enough just to get into it.
Yeah.
And then once you feel like you're confident enough to really start making purchases, because some of this stuff is expensive, especially the car sphere, car realm.
Oh man,
car modding. You know more about this than I do.
It's expensive, bro.
But bro, people.
But then again, it's just the people I was hanging around with. Start getting cards.
But when people are in it, like think about gaming. How much money have you spent in gaming?
I don't know.
A lot of money,
especially on games. I don't have a PC. I never had a PC really like that.
But that's including like the subscriptions. That's including like the DLC. That's including
talk about bread. Yeah.
And like people do that with entertainment too. Like I'm not able to think of like some instances where people are actually buying stuff to benefit their social media interactions. I can't think of anything for that.
God, but ain't no way that's a hobby.
Social media?
I mean, maybe just scrolling.
Maybe it's the for social media at least. Maybe it's the communal aspect. Maybe you go to social media to chat with people.
Yeah. Yes, I can go along with. That I could go along with because it's fun to just like talk to other people. Just
shit talk them.
No, it's more about the community. You know what I mean? Like it. Then again, it's just being a part of something.
Yeah.
But bro, like mindlessly scrolling without stopping, like I was like, bro, there's something wrong with you, bro. Yeah, there is something wrong with you.
You can't judge people for that though.
I'm judging.
Okay.
I'm judging big time, bro.
I'm getting my pitchfork out.
I'm judging big time if you just fucking scroll
in my
hand
here.
Not even stopping. It's like,
but dude, the thing is, like, a hobby is what you say it is.
Huh?
A hobby is what you say it is.
You know what, bro? I give you that. Whatever floats your boat.
A hobby is whatever you say it is.
I give you that.
You can't.
I want to meet this person.
Bro, imagine somebody, and I apologize. I don't, you know what? I don't apologize because I'm just making a joke. So I'm not coming at you. But imagine somebody who has two phones and there's like,
yeah, man. I want to meet this person.
I know. I know.
You know him?
His name is Pedro Madera.
Yeah, right.
Bro,
I can't imagine it.
It's a thing. Somebody out there. Somebody, somewhere, someone.
I mean, maybe it's like, damn, I'm so bored. There's nothing for me. Maybe for like a couple seconds, you're like, that's it.
I'm not going to call them out.
I am.
No. I'm not going to call them out, but I know someone who has virtually no hobbies that I know. I don't know them that well, but I did ask the person who was related to them. I did ask, maybe I shouldn't. I'm just gonna. I won't. Never mind. I'm gonna backtrack. I'm not gonna say it.
Okay.
I'm not gonna say it. I'm gonna backtrack. Sorry guys. Sorry man. You missed out. I can't say the person anymore.
Moving on.
Anyway, but you gotta just do what you love and love what you do. Super cliche. I don't know why you put that as a point.
Huh?
I don't.
Because, bro, a hobby is what you say it is. So if you love what you do, just scrolling, bro, I give you that.
Yeah.
I give you that. But to me, it's just like I can't relate.
You can't relate because you got to open your mind.
I actually have to close it. And it's something I don't want to do, bro. I actually have to close it.
I understand where you're coming from. Yeah. I'm just trying to I'm trying to see what somebody who was actually interested in doing that would see. Because it doesn't
physical therapy.
Because it doesn't appeal to me and it doesn't appeal to you, but I'm really trying to see
Nah, I get that.
Okay, I get that,
bro.
There are a lot of people on this planet, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody's interested in something. You can find anybody who's interested in anything. So to say that there's no one that doesn't like that specific thing, I feel like that's a pretty bold claim. Do you and I agree with that as a hobby? It's open to interpretation.
And we're talking about scrolling, not like stopping and watching.
Yeah, this is just like scrolling. What's wrong?
I'm trying to relate.
Are you actively trying to do it?
Yeah, I'm actually trying to.
Let me know how that works out for you.
I don't know. Maybe it's a form of exercise, thinking exercise, where you're just
maybe
kind of like a fidget spinner type. Maybe
you're just fidgety, or maybe it's just like this. You just like to.
That's a reach. That's a reach, bro.
It is reaching. I don't know. I don't know. You guys tell us what you think. I don't know. So what do you mean by see it as a hobby starter? I don't know what you mean by that.
The reason why I put as a hobby starter is so I see it as a leisure hub. I see it as a hub where people see other people's hobbies and what they're getting into. So it could be going back to the fishing. It could be a hobby starter. When you look at somebody fishing, you get interested. You start looking at tackle boxes. You start looking at fishing rods because you were scrolling through fishing videos. So it can serve as a hobby starter because that's where it started.
Right.
And now you want to get into it and you're ready to go into it. You go into the woods, you go into a pond, and you're actually doing it.
How do you fish in the woods?
Huh?
How do you fish in the woods?
Yeah, there could be a pond in the woods. You know what I mean? I don't know. Just do something.
What, are you throwing the fish at some bears? Or the rod at some bears?
I'll consider that a hobby more than scrolling.
Damn, you're being closed-minded, good sir. I'm here for the people. Who are you?
I don't think I could be more closed-minded than a person who's just scrolling.
There's a reason for everything.
Huh?
I said there's a reason for everything. I don't think somebody's just
Fact.
Realistically, I don't think anyone's just scrolling just to scroll.
There we go.
But what about people who are just flipping through Netflix to find something? They're just not finding anything.
To find something.
Right.
Yeah, they're doing it with a purpose. But the purpose is not to damn, bro, these slides are going crazy. Bro, these slides are moving crazy.
Maybe they find enjoyment from the.
That's a reach, bro.
I know.
Reach it, bro.
I know. I'm just trying to find some middle ground for them. I'm trying to defend.
There is no middle ground, bro.
I'm trying to defend them. That's it.
Trying to defend their hobby.
Because the hobby is what you say it is.
All right, fine.
No.
Fine.
No.
Fine.
I'm going to change your mind.
No,
you know that one guy that goes to student campuses and is like, I don't believe coffee is made from coffee grounds. Change my mind.
Yeah. Change my mind. Crowder. I think it's
Louder with Crowder.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Yeah. I'm gonna do when I edit this podcast. Gonna have scrolling's not a hobby. Change my mind for you. Just post it up.
Ain't nobody changing my mind on that,
bro. I would love it. I would love it if somebody debated with you.
I could not look at you as a human.
Post it on Threads tomorrow.
What?
Post it on Threads tomorrow. Do you consider scrolling a hobby?
All right.
And
scrolling mindlessly.
No, you just have to put. Do you consider scrolling a hobby?
Okay. Hopefully, I start a conversation because I really want to get into it.
You can't shit talk them though.
Huh?
It said you can't shit talk them though.
Who said? They can block me.
Yeah, bro. We're not trying to be mean about it.
I'm not being mean about it. I just want to ask questions.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah. That's fine.
Wow, I didn't expect the podcast to go this route, especially on the last.
That's what's cool about it.
Yeah, I love the podcast. Do you love the podcast?
I gotta love it.
I love the podcast.
See, this is a hobby.
I love the podcast.
Man, I could tell.
Yeah.
Your eyes look like Woody's right now.
And you should love the podcast.
Yeah.
We should all love the podcast.
I actually like it right now. Subscribe and comment. Just say anything. Just say anything.
The Leisure Hub Podcast is the only thing that you need in your life.
It's getting weird.
Come.
This shit is getting weird.
Congregate.
This guy's getting weird.
Join us.
This shit is a cult now?
Join us.
This guy, something else.
We have every episode that you could possibly think of for hobbies.
This guy is on shrooms, for real.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen,
This guy's on shrooms.
for joining us on the Leisure Hub Podcast.
Thank you,
We've been your hosts, Justin and
Pedro.
come back and join us
They're not coming back for this one, bro. They're not coming back after this one.
on the Leisure Hub Podcast.
And I don't blame them.
We want you. All it costs is a low fee.
A low fee?
Did I ever tell you about the time I was in a pyramid scheme?
Yeah, I think we all been there, bro.
And on that note, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us on the latest episode of the Leisure Hub Podcast. Well, I don't have anything else to say.
How?
Howdy how.
You guys have a good rest of your day, evening, afternoon.
I don't like the way you said it. Have a great rest of your night and
now you have to be energetic.
evening. Peace.
See ya.